Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of Collecting Canadian Cavalry and Armour. Today we're going to take a look at mess dress. And I know what you guys are thinking, where the heck are they filming this? Well, I do have a small little room down in the basement that's an office / storage room that I keep some of my stuff in. And as you guys know, I've mentioned in the past, I've got a bunch of stuff. A lot of it's in storage. Some of it's out here just waiting for one of our pets to kick the bucket so we can rearrange things and get my stuff out. Anyway, that's my issue. So today we're going to talk about mess dress. Now, what mess dress is a formal uniform that's worn for formal mess dinners and stuff like that to celebrate special occasions, right? And each regiment will have a slightly different type of mess dress depending on the regiment, their facing colors and all this other stuff. And we'll deal with some of that during this episode. Now, a reference book that you could take a look at is this one here, The History of Messes in the Canadian Army by Anthony Kellett. Right? It's a wonderful book, full of all kinds of photos and everything else. He did a really, really good job on that. And the nice thing about the messes in Canada, right, is it's a place for each rank group. You have the junior ranks, right, from privates or troopers to master corporals. You have the senior NCO's mess, sergeants to the chief warrant officer, and then the officers' mess. So each group is kind of segregated so they could talk amongst themselves about the other two groups. That's just the way it works. Enjoy a few beverages and help to reinforce friendships and camaraderie. So let's take a look at some of these different wonderful uniforms. So the first one we're going to take a look at is this summer mess dress for an officer of the Ontario Regiment. Now this was kind of a neat one that I picked up here. Still had all the collar badges on it, second lieutenant rank, and it still had this old chewed up cummerbund here. Replaced with shirt, dress shirts, right? Very nice idea, you know, it's lightweight summer here. The problem is you spill something on it, it's going to stain. As you can see, there's a stain right here. So whoever was wearing this either had too much on their plate or maybe too much to drink. Whatever. But again, it's kind of neat to pick up something like this just to add to your collection. You know, again, good armored regiment out there in Oshawa, and as you guys remember a few episodes ago, we did one on their tank museum. Jealous as hell, I have to admit. But anyway, summer mess dress to an officer in the Ontario Regiment. Now this one is very, very nice, very interesting. I'm glad I was able to pick this one up. This is to the 15th Alberta Light Horse. You can see the collar badges are still on it, and again it's to a second lieutenant. Very nice doeskin mesh uniform here. You can see the inside is well quilted but in great condition. Okay? On this side, there's always a little pocket in here so you can put your money, whatever, in, because a lot of times these things don't come with pockets in their trousers. I don't know why they just don't. Anyway, yes, it's a replacement cummerbund and shirt, because all I was able to do was pick up the jacket, but it still had the badges on it. So this would be, probably pre-First World War, or I'm sorry, pre-Second World War. But you see the yellow facings on the red here, and don't forget the facings were those parts of the uniform in the cavalry tradition where they had the collars, the epaulets, and down on the cuffs. So nice mess dress to the 15th Alberta Dragoons. No, 15th Alberta Light Horse. That's okay, I'm tired. Now this next mess dress jacket here, this belonged to Lieutenant Colonel George Walker. Heck of a guy, was a CO of the regiment, the Windsor Regiment. I was able to buy the mess kit complete the way it is from the estate. It's very nice. You'll notice the old cavalry tradition here with the open jacket and the vest underneath here in the cavalry yellow. We've got the Austrian knot of a senior officer, and very nice gold, like wire collar badges. Now, the interesting about the way Colonel Walker wore them, he has the tanks facing out as opposed to facing in that we usually wore them, right? And you remember his set of collar badges. from a previous episode that had the silver inside on the Essex Regiment tank. Colonel Walker had a flair of his own, we'll say, but hell of a nice guy, came up through the ranks, took his commission as a sergeant, and ended up becoming commanding officer of the regiment. And again, on the inside, it's a very nice doe skin here, and the inside's got some pockets and that type of thing. Made up little name tags. And up here, they'll probably be hard to see, but you can see the gold wire rank up here as well. So this, to a senior officer in the Windsor Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel George Walker. Sorely missed, was a wonderful guy. So here we have the NCO's mess kit for the Windsor Regiment. This one to a warrant officer, actually Warrant Officer John Natick, that's me. But here you can see the difference between the officers and the NCOs. We have the vest underneath, right? Again, quilted lining. This one is made out of barathea. It's supposed to be easier to clean, just in case I fumbled something, because you never know. A lot of beverages. But you can see the miniature medals, the commendation bar there. And what we tended to do was wear the miniature badges as shirt studs, which made it very interesting when you come home from the mess dinner trying to get this thing off. Just saying. But again, so here's the NCO's mess kit for the Windsor Regiment, and again with the wire collar badges here. But these ones are both facing inside, unlike Colonel Walker's. But when you're the CO, I guess you can do whatever the heck you want. NCO mess kit. Now the last one that I have in my collection is this here. This is the NCO mess kit from about the mid-'80s and in around the 1980s for the Governor General's Horse Guards. Now, it's very unique. Now, it should have a scarlet waistcoat inside, and it should have their rank on here, still yet to be picked up and added to the collection. And that's the thing, guys. You know, when you're trying to put uniforms and stuff together, sometimes it's difficult to find the whole thing complete, and you have to, you know, pick things up when you can. Very good friend of mine, Mike Appel, he started off collecting Second World War German stuff, and it took him 20 years to be able to finish off one uniform because you're looking for a certain set of shoulder boards. So, guys, you need patience and keen eyes to try to find those one or two little items you need to try to finish off a uniform. But this one here, it's very nice. You can see the silver braid, the silver trim all around here. You see the chrome-plated collar badges here for the Governor General Horse Guards, those guys out of Toronto. Good regiment, wonderful regiment, have a lot of clout, a lot of money, and well, there you go. But good old cavalry regiment, and now one of the regiments within the Canadian Armored Corps. So hopefully one of these days we'll get this uniform fixed up. But again, that's some of the joy of collecting. It's a thrill of the hunt. It's not always it's always nice getting those badges, but it's always wonderful looking for them and finally getting them. It's a real thrill. So anyway, eventually we'll get this one all fixed up, and then we'll do a short on it or something. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And yes, by the way, I am wearing a shirt dedicated to Donald Sutherland, who played one of the best-known tank commanders in a movie, Oddball. Donald Sutherland, rest in peace. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. A little bit of information on mess dress, and well, happy collecting, everyone.